All right, folks, here we go. We're going to talk about the Western Conference and the Stanley Cup playoffs here at BangTheBook.com. I'm Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Thrilled to be with you. Follow along on Twitter at Brian Blessing and, of course, at Bang the Book. Lots of great information for you. One of my favorite times of the year, previewing the Western Conference of the Stanley Cup playoffs. No time to waste. Let's get after it. Right here in Las Vegas, the Golden Knights entertaining the Los Angeles Kings in round one. A historic season for an expansion team, unheard of. Win the division, exceed 100 points. They split the season series with the Kings. This has been a remarkable story, and Vegas is actually getting healthy at the right time. David Perron was hurt. He's coming back. Riley Smith, who was on that top line with Marchessault and William Karlsson, he is getting back in the lineup. Question for Vegas is, can their defense hold up? They've got the goaltender with Marc-Andre Fleury and a raucous home ice advantage. But they might have a tiger by the tail here with Vegas, $1.40 favorite. And the number's telling because last home regular season game against L.A., Vegas was $1.70 favorite. They have home ice advantage. It's only $1.40 favorite now because the Kings have found their groove. They're in the playoffs. They've got back class. They've won a cup with Jonathan Quick. Drew Doughty is a horse, probably play 30 minutes on the blue line, but watch out for Carter, who always steps up his game in the postseason. And Anze Kopitar is just one of the flat-out best two-way players in the NHL. And there's a little bad blood between these two teams. I think this will grow as the series goes on. A game in Vegas earlier in the year, Drew Doughty walked out after a defeat, slammed his stick over the crossbar, going off the ice, and afterwards said, talk to me in April. We'll be better than Vegas in April. Well, he got his wish. They're going to go at it. This should be a spectacular first-round playoff series. San Jose and Anaheim. Anaheim minus a quarter, plus 105 is the take-back on the Sharks. You know, I would look at San Jose for an analogy as the Washington Capitals of the Western Conference. Always great in the regular season, but always seem to struggle in the postseason. Now, they made a big trade at the deadline, got Evander Kane in his 9th season. First time he'll be in the playoffs. He's a power forward with speed that can score and is playing for a contract. Really made a difference for this team in the home stretch after the trade deadline. And then, of course, you got the studs with Pavelski, who's just an amazing player. And on the blue line, Brett Burns, offensive threat. And in the playoffs, you need offense from the blue line. And San Jose has that. Jones is a solid goaltender. But I'm a big believer in the way the Anaheim Ducks are built for the postseason. Now, Ryan Miller's probably going to have to start in goal. Gibson's nicked up, but he's a serviceable veteran goaltender. And if Anaheim were to get out of this first-round matchup, they become very dangerous because Cam Fowler will get back in the lineup for the second round. I do think Anaheim finds a way. Amazing how that final week of the regular season shook out. Anaheim was fighting just to get in, and then they soared all the way up to the top. They leapfrogged L.A. and San Jose and ended up with home ice advantage in the first round. Like the way the Ducks are built, Getzlaf, Perry, they get offense from the blue line. I think Kosh is a good young player. Silverberg stepped this game up. I think Anaheim is a sneaky, dangerous threat in the Western Conference. Minnesota, Winnipeg, the numbers deserve it here with Winnipeg a 240 favorite in the series because Minnesota's a great team at home, but they struggle on the road. Winnipeg has home ice advantage. They're really tough to beat at home. One of the biggest, most powerful teams in the playoffs. Hellebuck had a great season in goal. Love the players. You got Scheifele and Wheeler and Laine, and then they get Stastny at the deadline. So Winnipeg could be the team ultimately that carries the mantle for the Canadian hopes in the playoffs. Should be very salty here in this first-round series. And then the President's Trophy winners, Nashville. Full marks to them. They were literally the 16th seed in the playoffs last year, went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. Didn't pout about it. No Stanley Cup hangover. Win the President's Trophy. They're a $6 favorite in round one. An incredible story. 20 wins last year. Colorado turns around, makes the playoffs on the final day of the regular season, beating St. Louis. But they're up against it. Question is here, can Colorado even win a game in this series? I do believe the number's warranted minus $6. In the West, I think there's some great series, and it's going to be a war of attrition. Everybody fighting for Lord Stanley's Cup. And the playoffs commence. The Western Conference playoffs are going to be outstanding, and we'll be here in Vegas to follow along for you right here at BangTheBook.com.